Caspian Sniper. In this video today, I thought I'd show you some footage of Caspian Border 2014, one of the maps that's included in the Second Assault DLC, and specifically because this perhaps is the most changed map in the whole of the Second Assault DLC. For those of you that played Battlefield 3, you'll remember Caspian Border was very green and had a destructible antenna, or at least it fell down at the end of a Conquest game. Now, in Second Assault, the Caspian Border map that we have here obviously isn't green, it's actually very orange, and that's just one of the first changes that's come along with this map and this version of Caspian Border. First thing I will say is that the Conquest nature of this map hasn't been lost in the transition between BF3 and BF4. Caspian Border is still, without a doubt, a brilliant Conquest map. I'm sure most of you will agree with me in saying that Caspian Border was perhaps the best Conquest map in Battlefield 3, a true all-out warfare map that you could completely flatten the forest, the D flag hilltop was always contested, the way the map flowed in rush was really good, and I just think the way the map was balanced with the flag locations was really good. The competition for the D flag is something that's still present in Battlefield 4, the gameplay simply focuses around that flag. Being the central flag, it's pretty exposed anyway, and the fact that it's on top of a hill makes that even worse. But if you do have control of that flag, it does give you a massive overview of the whole map. And then you can pretty much pick whichever flag you want to go to next, and it's within walking distance, you don't have to use the vehicles. The fact that the map has now changed colour seems to give it more cover as well. I don't know, I just think they may have added more trees and foliage onto this map now. It's very difficult to see and snipe down from the towers that are now available to you. So you might think that those towers would be OP. Well, they're not. You can't really see through the trees. The only way to be able to actually productively use those towers, and the ones that are along the wall as well, is to get rid of the trees. You have to stick C4 down or do something to get rid of them, otherwise you can't see the ground underneath. I also like the way that the antenna that fell down at the end of a Conquest match in Battlefield 3 is still present in the map, it just lies on the ground as if it's already fallen over. I think that's really cool. And the main tower has been replaced with that giant communication tower that sits on the hilltop flag. Of course, that massive tower is the Levolution event for this map. You can bring that thing down, and depending on which game mode you're playing, it will fall different ways. You can actually activate it in Domination and Team Deathmatch as well, and it will fall one way. And if you activate it in Conquest and other game modes, it will fall the other way and crash through the newly erected wall. When that tower does come down, I'm happy to report that the gameplay doesn't get crapped on. In Seas of Shanghai, when the tower comes down, I think personally it makes that map about 10 times worse than when it was standing up. It has that element of vertical gameplay. On Caspian Border it doesn't really have that. I mean, you can get onto certain platforms halfway up the actual mast, but it doesn't really make that much difference, and when it comes down it doesn't make much difference either, and I think that's really good because Caspian Border doesn't need much change to make it a good map. It's already a really good one. The wall that has been put into the map does obviously section up the gameplay slightly. It's really good on rush because a lot of the snipers will sit back on that, and it's really easy pickings, as you can see from the gameplay behind. But in Conquest, it does split up the gameplay a little bit. Two of the flags are located one side of the wall and the rest are located on the other, but it's not that difficult to actually get through the wall anyway, and tanks can actually take out portions of the wall by just hammering tank shells at it. So it's fairly easily destructible, and again, it doesn't have a massive impact on the gameplay, and I think that's a really good thing. One thing I will mention, a lot of you guys know already that the hilltop flag is now hollowed out underneath, so it's got like this bunker area. You can activate the Levolution for the map in there. But what a couple of people have pointed out before is that there is a secret tunnel that you can use to get in there. It's the first time that I used it. I knew it was there, but I thought it was a really cool idea. It's something that's completely hidden, and if you weren't looking for it, you would not notice it. But it's a really cool way of getting into the bunker, because not a lot of people are going to be covering that entrance if you're trying to attack the D flag. So it really is like a hidden passageway, and a lot of people know it's there, but didn't bother to think to actually guard it while we were playing, and it made it really easy for us to infiltrate the bunker and take the flag back. But obviously, the main point of Caspian Border is that it's obviously vehicle warfare. And if you do like playing in tanks, jets, helicopters, whatever, you're going to enjoy this map just as much as you did in Battlefield 3. There's still the wide open spaces for the massive tank battles. You're still going to have a load of fun in helicopters raining down hell on the enemy. And overall, it is the best Conquest map. And I dare I say it, it's now the best Conquest map in Battlefield 4. I'm really happy to see Caspian Border back in a really good state. I was really sort of wary that some of the changes that were being made weren't for the better and it wasn't going to work out very well. I played this on Xbox One at an EA event and I really liked it, but obviously we were only playing with about sort of 12v12. On 32 versus 32, this map still works really well, and as I said, I think it is now the best Conquest map in Battlefield 4. So I just realised I've sat here for the last 5.5 minutes talking about Conquest for Caspian Border when all the gameplay in the background is of Rush. Well, I thought that I'd play all of the Second Assault maps on Rush because I'm really craving Rush at the moment. In Battlefield 4 it's just not very good. In Second Assault I'm happy to report that the Rush game mode actually brings itself back a little bit. Obviously Operation Metro was one of the best Rush maps in Battlefield 3, so we knew that was going to be good. But for Caspian Border as well, I mean the setup is very similar to what it was in Battlefield 3, but having that feeling again that I can now play Rush on 4 maps that I'm really going to enjoy is a good feeling because I really missed the Rush mode in Battlefield 4. But anyway, that's about it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like. And make sure you leave your comments down below about the Second Assault DLC, and more specifically Caspian Border. Do you think it's a really good Conquest map? Do you think it beats out some of the other maps in Battlefield 4? Let me know down in the comments. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.